Hello students, welcome to the online class. Now, first of all, open your textbook and keep your notebook ready. Take your notebook and your textbook. Open your textbook, page number 14. Maths textbook, page number 14. Now students, in the previous video, we had started with the solving practice set 9, question number 1. So question number 1 was completed, that is division of the integers we had started, and that question number 1 we had completed. Now, so let's move to question number 2. Question number 2, that is practice set 9. Practice set 9. Question number 2. The question says that write 3 divisions of integers. What is the question? Write 3 divisions of integers such that the fractional form of each will be 24 upon 5. So what is the question, children? We have to write a fraction whose fractional form, right? We have to write the 3 divisions of integers, a pair of division of integers whose fractional form is 24 upon 5. That means, children, when we are reducing that fraction, when we reduce, say for this, when we will reduce a fraction, then that fraction should come 24 upon 5. Okay, so this sum we can do by two ways, by dividing also and by using multiplication rule also. So multiplication rule will go easy for you all. So what you can do, solution, second one solution, 24 upon 5. We want three division of integers. So what are you going to do? Right, first you will multiply by 2 and you will get 24 2s are 48, and this we are getting 10. So this I can write as 48 divided by 10. This is my first division of integer, first pair of division of integers. Okay, suppose if I divide this 40, if I reduce 48 by 10, I will be getting 24. How I will be dividing this? In rough, I am just showing you all 48 by 10. So 2 5s are 2. So I am getting back again 24 by 5. Yes or no? After dividing more further, I cannot reduce. So we are getting 24 upon 5. That is a fractional form. We are getting 24 upon 5. Clear? So this division part you need not to show, only for your knowledge that we are using. So first pair is your 48 divided by 10. For the second pair, you follow one standard rule, multiply by 3. So you are getting what? 24 into 3, that means that is equal to 72, and this will be 15. So I can write it as 72 divided by 15. This will be my second pair of division of integers, and same way my third pair I can go for. Children, here I have multiplied by 2, here 3, then I am multiplying by 4. It is not necessary, you can multiply by any number. If you want, you multiply by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, any number. So this question answer may differ. Your answer will be different. I am using 2, you will use other number, no problem. Clear, children? So this answer may vary. Here I am writing here into 4. So this is equal to 4 4s are 8, and this okay, 4 4s are 16, sorry, 4 4s are 16, carry 1 for 8 and 9, 96 upon 20. So this is equal to 96 divided by 20. This is my third pair. Clear, children? Copy down. Question 2, we have found the 3 pairs of division of integers. Now moving to the next one, next question number 3. Now let's move to the question number 3. Let's move to question number 3. Okay. Now, question number 3 is what? Write 3 divisions of integers such that fractional form of each will be minus 5 upon 7. See, children, now the question is, question number 3, we need to get what fractional form? Minus 5 upon 7. So after reducing, we should get the fraction minus 5 upon 7. This also will be the same method, solution. Okay, first minus 5 upon 7, multiply by 2, multiply by 2. So we are getting minus 10 upon, we will get minus 10 upon 7 2s are 14, and that is equal to minus 10 divided by 14. Clear? This will be my first pair of division of integers. Same way we can go minus 5 upon 7 multiply by 3, that is equal to minus 15 upon 21, and that is equal to minus 15 divided by 21. This will be my second pair of division of integers. Then moving to the third pair, that is again I'll multiply by 4, multiply by 4. So we will get minus 20 upon 28, 7 4s are 28, that is minus 20 divided by 28. This will be my third pair of division of integers. Okay children, I hope you have understood this, both the question of your practice set 9. Copy down. Now moving to the fourth question, fourth question of this practice set, which I will explain and you are supposed to do in your classwork book itself. Okay, so fourth question says that, this fourth question, the fish in the pond below carry some numbers. Choose any 4 pairs and carry out 4 multiplication with those numbers, and also choose 4 other pairs and carry out division with these numbers. Now see children, you can see that one fish tank is given. Each fish is carrying some numbers. So they are asking us, we have to frame 4 pairs for multiplication, means we have to frame 4 pairs of multiplication and 4 pairs of division questions. We have to frame the questions and then solve also. Okay, we have to frame our own questions and then we need to solve also. So for example, I am giving one example, but now when you are solving this question, children, I want you to draw this fish tank in your classwork book. First you draw this fish tank along with the numbers. Below that, then give the then you are going to first give the heading multiplication of integers and take 4 examples, and then division of integers 4 examples. You can take, I am showing one example I am taking, then you are going to choose your numbers and you will frame the multiplication pair and division pair questions of your own. Clear children? So suppose fourth question, now I am framing multiplication, first one, multiplication pair. Now see here, any number you can go for. Here it is, say for example minus 8 into 9 or minus 13 into 9. Any pair you can go for, ahead with it. So for example, or else you can go for 12 into minus 15, anything. Now plus 12 and then we have minus 15. So suppose I am taking one example, 12 into minus 15, 12 into minus 15, and that is equal to, when you will multiply, your answer will come, I think so, minus 180. Clear children? So this is the pair of multiplication. I can go for minus 8 into 9. Clear? I can go for second, I can go for minus 8 into 9, that means minus 72. So this way children, you will frame your own questions. Now 2 questions is I have framed, others you are going to frame third and fourth. Clear? Now for division pair, here also you are supposed to make 4 pairs. So for any one pair, say for example I am taking one pair, that is any one pair I will go for it, minus 27 divided by, okay, minus 27 divided by 9, yes or no? So this will be equal to what? You can solve this, minus 27 upon 9, 9 ones are 9 threes are, so answer is minus 3 upon 1, that is equal to minus 3. Clear children? So you will make division pair. How many pair we want? 4 pairs. One I have already done. You can copy down this, and then similar pairs you are going to make and solve. Means question also you will frame and solution also you have to do in your classwork book. So with this we have completed a first chapter, that is multiplication and division of integers. Some homework sums will be given to you based on this practice set. Some more homework sums I shall give you all, and that you are will be solving in the homework book. I hope this chapter is very clear. Now let us move to chapter number 3, that is HCF and LCM. Let us just start with it. So in the next video we will move ahead, we will see more concept. Now let us start with the new chapter, that is third chapter. Okay, that is chapter number 3, HCF and LCM. Okay, HCF and LCM. Now this, what is meant here, HCF and LCM. What does this HCF stands for? This HCF stands for highest common factor. Okay, HCF stands for highest common factor, and this LCM stands for lowest common multiple. Okay children, so HCF means highest common factor, LCM means lowest common multiple. This is a full form, so you just write it down. Now before going to the topic what is HCF and LCM, let us learn some concepts which are going to use and which are useful for understanding this HCF and LCM. The first term what we need to understand is, now suppose if I am asking a question, children, which is the smallest prime number? So you know with the smallest prime number, yes, you will get the answer 2. Yes, 2 is the smallest prime number. Now what are prime numbers, children? Okay, you must have learned in your previous class what are prime numbers. So let us define and keep that. Let us define prime numbers. Okay, prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Prime numbers are numbers which are there, okay, which comes in the table, which comes in one's table and itself. Okay, they are not going to be found in any other table. What are the prime numbers? Prime numbers are numbers which are there, okay, which are there only in which table? In one's table and itself. Okay, so you can write down prime numbers are numbers which comes only in the table of one and itself. Okay, so this we have defined in our own way. You can define prime numbers in many other way also. The prime numbers are number which appears in one's table and itself. So this prime numbers are which comes only in the table of one and itself. Now last time you have learned to write prime numbers till 100. So what are you going to do? After this you will be leaving half page and you are writing prime numbers, all prime numbers till 100. Okay, so after this definition leave half page because you need to write prime numbers till 100. And how are you going to write? You can make the pair. Now suppose you can write from between 1 to 10. What are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 4 is there? No. 5, 6, no. 7, 8, 9, 10, no. So we have how many prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7. Same way go for between 11 and 20. What are the prime numbers? 11, 13, 14, 15, no. 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so 11, 13, 17, 19. Then you can go for 21 to 30. So you are going to write this till you will write between 21 and 30, which are the prime numbers. Then go for 31 to 40, write the prime numbers. 41 to 50, this. Then 51 to 60, 61 to 70, 71 to 80, 81 to 90, and then 91 to 100. So you are leaving half page. You can just copy down and leave one line or two line after each this pair. That is 21 to 30, leave two lines. 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, 61. So just copy down these, children. Okay, now prime numbers you have understood. Now let's move to our next type of number which is given in your textbook. The next type of number which is given in your textbook, that number is called co-prime numbers. Now co-prime numbers, let us define this, what is meant by co-prime numbers. Okay, two numbers which have only, so write down two numbers which which have only 1 as a common factor are said to be co-prime or relatively prime or mutually prime numbers. So children, co-prime numbers, what is this? What does this co-prime numbers means? Two numbers which have only one as a common factor, one as a common factor are said to be co-prime numbers. In other way also they are called as or relatively prime number or mutually prime numbers. Now what does this means? What does this definition say? So we'll take an example. For example, suppose we take a pair of number, say for example we have here any number, say for example 3 and 7. Okay, we have taken 3 and 7. Now how are we going to find out whether it is co-prime numbers or not? First thing, you need to write factors of 3. Okay, now children, you have learned factors or how to write the factors of any number in your previous class. Yes or no? We have learned to write the factors of any number. How to write factors of any number? Factors means you are going to write down all the numbers in whose table that number appears. Say for example in one, okay, and always factor starts from 1. We have learned. So in 1's table, okay, 3 comes, 2 comes, in 2's table it comes, no, 3's table it, okay, so 3 here. Now further, so factors, when you start to write, you have to start from 1 and you have to go on writing the factors till that number itself, that we have already learned. Now let us write the factors of 7. What are factors of 7? 1. Then comes what? Next one is what? Your 2, 3, 4 not possible. So directly 7. Now here children, factors of 3, 1 and 3, factors of 7, 1 and 7. Now we need to find the common factors. Okay, common factors. So which factor is common between both the numbers? That is this 1. 1 is there in both the, okay, 1 is there, one factor 1 is there in both the terms, okay, factors. So and anything else is common? No, other one is not common. So here see children, you can see only there is one common factor, that is 1. Okay, suppose if there were one more something common, number common, then in that case that will not be a pair of co-prime numbers, since here only one number, that is 1, is a common factor between the two terms. So we can say therefore 3 and 7 is the pair of co-prime numbers, Clear children? Now one more example we can go for. Say for example, so copy down, what are co-prime numbers? Two numbers which have only 1 as a common factor are said to be co-prime or relatively prime or mutually prime numbers. For example, this example we have taken, just copy down. One more example I will be giving. Okay, let us take one more example. Say for example, okay, say for example we'll go for second example, that is 27 and 15. Now how are we going to write? First we'll write factors of 27. Now what are the factors of 27 children? 1, 2 it's possible, no. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, not there. 8, 9, then 10, 11, 12 possible, okay, no. Then we'll directly go for, then 27 comes in which table, okay, it comes in 1's table, then 2 not possible, 3 table, 3's table, then 9's table, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 possible, not possible, and then directly we are getting 27, that directly appears in 27's table. Now same way we are writing factors of 15. So 15 comes in 1's table, 2's table possible, no. 3, 4, then comes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 possible, not possible, comes in which, okay, it doesn't come in the table of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then comes directly 15. Okay, so we have written first step, we have done that whenever we have to solve this sum, we have to first write the factors of both the numbers, then third step will be writing common factors. Okay, so common factor is, what is common here? 1 is there, this one, okay, this one is there, okay, 1 is common, this one is common, okay, one more number is common, that is 3 is there in both the, okay, so my 3 also is common. Anything else common? No. Now here, since factors, okay, since you can see that here children, 2 terms are common, 1 and 3, 2 terms are common, so as per the condition, there should be only one term common, and that term is only 1 should be common. Anything else here is in addition to 1, what is common? 3 is common. So therefore okay, 27 and 15 is not a pair of co-prime numbers, is not a pair of co-prime numbers. So I hope you have understood children till here what are prime numbers, what are co-prime numbers. Clear? Now one last topic before practice set 10, that is twin prime numbers. Okay, twin prime numbers, okay, that is remaining. So just write down the definition of twin prime numbers. Twin prime numbers, okay. Now this, if the difference between two co-prime number is 2, what is the definition? Let us write down. Okay, let us write down the definition here. Twin prime numbers, since it is connected topic, so I am just taking and finishing it off. Now twin prime numbers, so children, what is meant? If the difference between, two co-prime numbers is 2, okay, the numbers are said to be twin prime numbers. Okay, now see children, what does this statement mean? What is the statement? If the difference between the two co-prime number is 2, then the numbers are said to be twin prime numbers. So what does this means? This means children, for example, if we take two prime numbers, if the difference between those two prime number is 2, say for example, I am taking a pair of 3 and 5. 5 minus 3, what we get? Answer is 2. If I go for other pair, 5 and 7, what is the difference? 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay. If I go for the third pair, 11 and 13, what is the difference? 13 minus 7 is again 2. So you can see that the difference between the two prime numbers, children, difference between this two prime this pair of numbers are only 2. Okay. So such pair of numbers are called as twin prime numbers. Such pair of numbers are called as twin prime numbers. Clear children? So I hope you have understood till here twin prime numbers, that difference should be between the two prime numbers, it should be what? It should be 2. Okay, I hope you have understood. And now practice set 10, which is based on this 2-3 concept. So I'll be solving and sending you in the PDF form in the group, so that you can copy down. Otherwise it is very simple, but still I have explained everything. Those who want, you can start solving, or else you can copy from the solution what I am sending. Clear, children? So now we have learned in this chapter first prime number, co-prime numbers and twin prime numbers. Prime numbers you have already learned in the previous class. Co-prime numbers, to find the co-prime number, again we are revising. To find the co-prime numbers, first thing you need to write the factors of both the terms, then common factor, and then whether you have to see how many terms are common, what number is common. And then the next topic what we have learned is twin prime number. What does this mean? If between a pair of a prime number the difference is 2, number 2, if the difference is 2, then it is a pair of twin prime numbers. So 3 terms, simple. Okay, clear, children? So thank you for watching. Copy these notes wherever you want, pause the video, copy the notes, keep the class book update. Clear? Sometimes, children, you may have sometimes if you feel that somewhere the clarity of the video, then in that there is an option, children, on the right side of the screen you will find, whenever you open the link, you will find there are 3 dots. Click on that dot, then a menu will appear. In that menu there is an option quality. Click on the quality. There you can change the clarity, that is you can change the resolution, and then when you change the resolution or pixel what we say, then you will get the video becomes more visible, more clearer. Clear, children? Okay, now nicely write down the definition, and once you write the definition, learn the definition also. Okay, so thank you for watching. Have a nice day.